Slide fasteners, the zips as they say, have been reduced from 18 to 12%. Marine fuel, 18 to 5%. 0.5% FO is added there. Then 12 to 5% on wet grinders consisting of stone as a grinder. 5% to nil on dried tamarind, plates and cups made of leaves, flowers, barks and so on, disposable and bio-friendly. 3% to 0.25% on cut and polished semi-precious stones. Cut and polished semi-precious stones. Applicable rate to 5% on specified goods of petroleum operations undertaken under the hydrocarbon exploration licensing policy, the HELP, hydrocarbon exploration licensing policy. There, the applicable rate has been brought to 5% on specified goods for petroleum operations. Then, the exemptions from GST / IGST is being given on 1. Imports of specified defense goods not being manufactured indigenously, and this is being extended only up to 2024. Second, supply of goods and services to FIFA, Federation of International Football Associations, I think, and other specified persons for organizing the Under-17 Women's Football World Cup in India. So exemption from GST and IGST is being given to them. Then, supply of goods and services to food and agricultural organization for specified projects in India. That's an exemption also being given for the FAO on supply of goods and services to them. Then I move over to GST rates, which have been recommended to be increased from certain level to certain other level. I'm reading it out. 5% to 12% on goods falling under Chapter 86 of tariff like railway wagons, coaches, rolling stock. And here, this is without refund of accumulated ITC. This is to address the concern of ITC accumulation with suppliers of these goods. So it is a hike from 5 to 12, but that hike is justified and demanded by people who wanted it because they have been accumulating ITC and they are not able to offset the credits that they've acquired, and therefore for their better efficiency and cost competitiveness, this hike has been justified. So it's not a hike without consideration. The next hike is from 18% to 28% plus a 12% compensation cess on caffeinated beverages. I read this again, 18 to 28% plus a 12% compensation cess on caffeinated beverages. I move to measures for export promotion. The GST Council has taken this view that export promotion should be taken up in a big way, and therefore they provided for exemption from GST and IGST on certain items. They are: 1. At the time of import, on silver or platinum, silver and platinum, by specified nominated agencies. So I'm not combining silver and platinum, but I'm reading it silver, comma, platinum. Okay. Next, supply of silver, comma, platinum by specified nominated agency to exporters for exports of jewelry. So these will attract only exemptions from GST and IGST. The next is inclusion of Diamond India Limited, DIL Limited, in the list of nominated agencies eligible for IGST exemption on imports of gold or silver or platinum so as to supply at nil GST to jewelry exports. So there is this authorized agency called Diamond India Limited, which is now being included as that body which can among many other nominated agencies which are already in the list, we are adding this Diamond India Limited also as an agency which will be eligible for IGST exemption when they import gold or silver or platinum so as to supply at nil GST to jewelry export. Again, here clarification, I don't mean to say gold, that you import either gold or platinum. I'm only saying gold, comma, silver, comma, platinum, comma, whichever is applicable. Then the fourth main item that I want to bring in is a uniform GST rate is being applied of 12% on polypropylene, polyethylene woven and non-woven bags and sacks, whether or not laminated, of a kind used for packing of goods, from the present rates of 5 and 12 and 18 respectively for each one of them. I shall read it again. A uniform rate of 12% for polypropylene oblique polyethylene woven and non-woven bags and sacks, whether or not laminated, of a kind used for packing of goods. Their existing rates were 5, 12 and 18 respectively. Now all of them come on 12. The next one is GST concession in certain cases of specific, for a specific period only. We are offering, because there was a extensive demand from fishermen and fishermen related communities, exemption to fish meal for the period 1/7/17 to 30th September 2019, because during that time there was not a clarity, they couldn't collect the tax, and when you had to ask them to remit the tax, they said we were not even aware that we had to collect. There was a confusion. So there was a representation saying we are not against paying, but that period which has gone by between 17 and 18, they hadn't collected the tax, so they said please exempt it, because now if we have to remit, who do we collect it from? In order to give them that facility, and because there was a lack of clarity, although they asked us only till about 2018 December, we have extended till this month end, 30th September 19. So from 1/7/17 to 30/9/19, they will be exempted from the GST. There were doubts as regards taxability of fish meal in view of the interpretational issues, the point that I have explained to you. However, any tax collected for this period shall be required to be deposited. The next one is 12% GST during the period 1/7/2017 to 31/12/2018, December of 18, on pulleys, wheels and other parts, all falling under the 8483, the first 4 digits category, and used as parts of agricultural machinery. Should I repeat this again? 12% GST during the period 1/7/2017 to 31/12/2018 on pulley, wheels and other parts falling under 8483 category and used as parts of agricultural machinery. I move over to the next. Passenger vehicles of engine capacity 1500 cc in case of diesel, 1200 cc in case of petrol, and length not exceeding 4000 mm, designed for carrying up to 9 persons, attract a compensation cess of 1% for petrol, 3% for diesel vehicle. That's the prevailing situation. The Council has recommended that the same compensation cess rate for vehicles having these specifications, that is the length and the engine capacity, but designed for carrying more than 10 persons, but up to 13 persons. Presently, these vehicles attract compensation cess at the rate of 15. So they are also being given this facility. The next one is other miscellaneous changes.
Have you cut down the cess for this particular category?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. The next one is other miscellaneous changes. Aerated drink manufacturers shall be excluded from composition scheme. Aerated drinks manufacturers shall no longer be under compensation scheme. Option to pay GST at the rate 18% on transaction value at the time of disposal of specific goods for petroleum operations, on which concessional GST rate of 5% was paid at the time of original supply, provided that the goods are certified by DGH as non-serviceable. So that is the other one which also gets a benefit. Restriction on refund of compensation cess on tobacco products. That is, in case of inverted duty structure. That is taken up only if there is an inverted duty structure related issue. Prescribing modalities for allowing concessions on spare parts imported temporarily by foreign airlines for repair of their aircraft while in India in transit in terms of the Chicago Convention on Civil Aviation. Certain other changes of technical nature for the sake of clarity in application of notifications also happened. There were some clarifications issued. I deal with them now. Set of clarifications which have been issued. Clarifications as regards applicability of GST rate in respect of certain goods which have been recommended by the GST Council, among other things, include, first here, mere heating of leguminous vegetables, that is grams, pulses, lentils, just mere heating for removing moisture or to soften them or to puff them up or removing the skin or not subjecting to any other processing or addition of any other ingredient such as salt or oil would be classified under HS code 0713. Clear, or do you want me to read it again? It means each time when value addition is made to agricultural products, they are subject to taxation. Here we are defining what shall not be considered as value addition, and they are these. If you just dry them plain and simple to remove the moisture, or if you want to heat them just because you want to soften them a bit, or you want to puff them up, or you want to just remove skin, these processes will not be considered as value-adding propositions and therefore will not be taxed. But they will all be coming under HS code 0713. However, in this case, adding salt or adding oil will be subjected to taxation. All mechanical sprayers falling under HS code 8424 would attract 12% GST. Again, a clarification being given. Parts like solar evacuation tubes or solar power based devices like solar water heater, solar steam generation systems would be eligible for 5% GST rate. A clarification again is being given. Exclusive parts and accessories suitable for use solely or principally with a medical device falling under 9018, 9019, 9021 or 9022 would fall in respective headings and attract GST at the concessional rate of 12%. Almond milk is classifiable under HS code 2202 990 and attracts GST rate of 18%. Almond milk. Next, imported stores for Navy. Imported stores for Navy would be entitled to exemption from import duty, including IGST. So the exemption is not just for the import duty but also for the IGST. And all these rate changes will be effective from 1st October 2019.